Hello? Okay. Okay? Okay. Should be good now. I don't know why the hell my mic got set to a random string of numbers and letters. So let's go hang out with some elves. Or not. Guess let's go get attacked by spiders. That's what I meant to say. What I meant to say was let's go get mauled by spiders. Okay. Well, that's done. Or not. It's not done. There's still more spiders. Never enough spiders, I always say. Okay. It's a bigger area than I thought it was going to be. It's just like the way forward. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay and alright. Less okay and also less alright. Okay. Well, that's definitely done and over with. Definitely done and over with. Aren't even giving good XP. Just weak ass spiders. Okay. Now, on to the Dalish. Actually, I've been looking for the Dalish. I'm a Grey Warden. I wish to speak to your leader. You will have to take my word for it. Fair enough. Hey, Baldo. Yeah. Visit your GF? But you... Oh my god, I just noticed that the... Hold up. Sorry, I just noticed that my fucking... Oh. No. Meryl isn't in this game. I'm still in Origins.
she is?
She is? News to me. Anyway. My name is Clover. Pleasure to meet you.
Manners. From a Shemlin. Interesting. What might be your mission here? Have you come to spread news of the Blight? I had already sensed the corruption spreading in the south. The existence of the Blight is not news to me. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Can I see that?
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
That looks bad.
The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They...
No one ever does.
us. And though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped.
Nice
But
texture.
we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Is there no way to help your men?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
I bet it would. I'm good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse.
Perhaps.
But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
Have you considered seeking outside help?
From whom? The Children of the Stone? The Shemlin? Do you truly think they have time to spare for us?
I'll find him.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so
Who
much
doesn't?
death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help,
I get
then
it.
I wish you luck.
I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Landmark 10. You're gonna ask me for ironwood.
You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Verathorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Verathorn.
And so they
I
should.
bet they do.
Truly, the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need?
What exactly do you make?
I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Dalish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest.
Wild.
Ironbark. The Keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
What if I found?
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
I'll take a look when I'm in the forest.
That would please me, so long as our hunters come first. Doris
I should
Shiro,
go.
may the creators visit fortune upon you.
Cameron, what's up, my dude?
Hello?
Hello,
I'm
who are
Cameron,
you?
a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
Why can't you?
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
You don't even have face tattoos yet. You're a baby. Try me, I might surprise you.
I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something.
Makes sense.
I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gaina.
Girl problems, I
It's
see.
my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child.
'Cause
I'm
you
no
are.
child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and
You're a wee baby.
Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless.
Tiniest child.
I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
Must be some way to solve your
You think I
problem.
haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
Perhaps I could talk to her.
I suppose you could, but what good would that do? The situation hasn't changed.
I can be pretty persuasive.
Really? I'm willing to try anything.
Can't hurt.
Cyranas, oh ma Cyranas, I will pray to the goddess of love that you are successful.
Jaina, you also don't have face tattoos. Weird.
You're an Etitian outsider.
You're Jaina, correct? Camel mentioned
You
you.
spoke to him? What did he say?
He said you refused to give him your hand.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
No, I don't suppose you could. No, if you love him, what does it matter?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
Why does everything depend on him?
You are right. As a woman, I must ensure that he believes in himself. All I've done is make him miserable. I know I cannot be like you, both woman and Grey Warden, but I can be formidable in my own small way, can't I? Masiranas, thank you. You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Kamen.
Neat.
Kamen, I have been a fool.
Gaina? What do you mean? Have you changed your mind?
I have. The outsider has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that.
What about
I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today.
You better.
We are both very grateful for the part you've played in bringing us together.
How marvelous you are. I am so happy.
Does anyone else feel the urge to vomit? No? 'Tis just me?
Here, take
No.
this. It's been in my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn.
Probably won't.
It's the very
What
least
is
we
it?
could do.
What'd you give me? Seriously, what did you give me? A book, huh? Cool. Love me a book. Don't bother with that quest, cause
There are places where those horns bring huge prices. Can cure diseases, so they say.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the holla, I did not hear your approach.
holler for a holla. Who are you?
My name is Alora. I am the master herder in charge of caring for the holla. Not as exciting as being a Grey Warden, but the holla are vital to us.
What is a
They are the
holla?
noble beasts that pull our
It's a
Erebor.
goat,
What
obviously.
humans call land ships. They are our companions and our guides.
My own people keep similar herds, but of horses.
I have seen your horses. The relationship is different, as is the purpose. We ride the holla, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the holla who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the holla and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
Fair enough. Why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other holla as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others.
Anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
Wish I did. Sorry.
You are very kind.
Fucking hate this guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy sucks. Alright, let's go into the woods. Let's go into the
More
woods.
forests. And here I thought I had left the wilds behind for good. Mere animals. Nothing more. Very well.
Mere animals, nothing more. Yeah, ignore the werewolf.
I see.
Just animals. Nothing more. Just regular animals. I don't have animal handling because I've spent all my skills elsewhere. And I'm playing as Morgan because I still want to play as a wizard, because wizard is the only fun class to play.
Very well. Oh, are victorious again.
Done well.
Okay. Don't care about fucking Deathroot or whatever. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Wolfos.
The Watchwolves have spoken truly, my brothers and sisters. The Dalish and the human of all things, to repay us for our attack, to put us in our place. What bitter irony.
Speak? I thought werewolves were savage beasts.
We are beasts, but we are no longer simple and mindless. Let that thought chill your spine. You speak
Okay.
to Swift Runner. I lead my cursed brothers and sisters. Turn back now. Go back to the Dalish and tell them that you have failed. Tell them we will gladly watch them suffer the same curse we have suffered for too long. We will watch them pay.
I would prefer to talk. I mean you no harm.
Was it not Zafrian who sent you? He wishes only our destruction, never to talk.
Well, maybe I don't speak for him. Is there no way to resolve this peacefully?
The time for peace is long past. There will be no peace between the elves and we who are cursed.
Tell me more about the curse.
You know nothing, do you?
No.
Nothing of us, and even less of those you serve. You are a fool, and we are done talking. Run from the forest while you can. Run to the Dalish.
It always...
Tell them they are doomed.
It always bugs me when this kind of thing happens. I don't want to fight, but neither can I retreat.
I do not
Where it's like,
you either.
I don't know shit.
Trust you.
Can you tell me shit?
Let us
No,
retreat.
you suck. You're an idiot. You don't know
And it
things.
will deal with intruders as it always
Can
has.
you tell me things? No. Tell things to an idiot who doesn't know things. Like, fuck, man. What am I supposed to do? Also, the guy being like, like, we're intelligent too, but that changes your thoughts. Like, as if I haven't killed, like, uncountable intelligent things and people. Let me see this. Oh. Interesting. Never knew that. Ow.
I see. Tear them apart!
Yeah! Fuck them up, Alistair.
So be it. I shall do it. Begin the onslaught. Excellent. As you wish.
Ancient sky ball, huh? Tombstone before you. It gives an uneasy feeling. Leave it alone, I guess. Fallen tree. Iron button. Take.
I see.
Hey, buddy.
Who comes?
It's me. You're badly wounded. What happened?
We were sent to find Witherfang. Bring his heart. Attacked.
Kill him while he's unconscious? Take him back to the Dalish camp.
And Darren Atishan, Grey Warden. Our scouts
Sure.
saw you approaching and tell me you carry the body of one of our hunters with you. Ah, Dagon. He is wounded, but I think he will live. Ma Syranas, your help is appreciated. Come, Lethaline, let us take Dagon to the Keeper, and quickly. If we are lucky, we may still save him.
Good talk. Thanks for teleporting me back
As you wish.
to the camp. As if that's where I wanted to be. Do. What? Great bear.
I see.
You know, that's a really great bear.
Let us end this!
I don't say it about a lot of bears, but that's a great bear.
I shall do it.
Werewolf pelt? Now that just seems grim.
Another battle, I see. Ready. I am your
It's time to die for you. Trees, I don't want to do this to you. It brings me no joy.
You will learn to fear me.
What manner of beast be thee that comes before this elder tree?
You're not going to attack me, are you?
Ah, thou speakest of the others, how filled they are with hate. I apologize on their behalf. They cannot control their fate. Allow me a moment to welcome thee. I am called the Grand Oak, sometimes the Elder Tree.
I love
It
this
rhymes.
guy.
'Tis a rhyming tree. One can only imagine what manner of spirit is involved here.
The world is certainly full of marvelous, unexpected creations. Each day we see something that we never thought possible.
And unless thou thinkst it far too soon, might I ask of thee a boon?
What's this boon you
I
mentioned?
have but one desire, to solve a matter very dire. As I slept one early morn, a thief did come and steal an acorn.
So you want it back?
All I have is my being, my seed. Without it, I am alone indeed. I cannot go and seek it out, yet I shall die if left without.
Where would I find the thief?
It was stolen by a human man. Deep within these woods he ran. Wouldst that I could travel there, I'd teach the fool to soon beware.
Very well, I'll help.
Go to the east to find this man. I shall await. Do what thou can.
Campsite appears remarkably intact. Tents and bedrolls are comfortably used by dry and fire pit smoke and possesses embers enough to build a small flame. No signs of any inhabitants.
How odd. A camp with no campers, complete with fire and warm blankets. Rather inviting, would you not say?
More suspicious than inviting. You get no hint of danger, though it strikes you odd that the camp is abandoned. Perhaps searching the camp will give more clues to its nature. You look inside the tent and are surprised at how dry and cozy it feels. It's clean but empty. What a pleasant place to rest your head.
The elven hunters didn't set this up. How strange. And yet it all just seems so friendly. I want to do nothing but remain.
We can't leave yet. We need to stay alert. It takes all your strength to step back from the tent. A wave of weariness washes through you, despite your effort to resist. You examine the bedroll. It looks clean and warm. You feel like you haven't slept in ages. It would be so nice to curl up and sleep.
I feel magic here, draining my strength. We must leave, and soon.
I feel it too. We need to stay awake. Turn away from the bedroll, but only reluctantly. The lure of sleep is almost overpowering. Examine the remains of the fire pit. It has been untended for several hours at most. The embers draw you in, almost hypnotizing you.
Do not look in the fire. It draws my strength. Perhaps we should sit down. Rest.
Stop, we need to get away from this now. Unable to resist its strange siren call, you trudge back to the tents and quickly collapse and drift off into a blissful sleep. Uh-oh. Then everyone died. Then we go in the fate again. Continue.
Another battle, I see.
I have persistent Goron because I think it's funny.
Get me out of this.
With the shade destroyed, the fog seems to lift. Camp that was here is ancient, and the remnants of the shade's victims all lie as if sleeping still.
A hungry spirit luring those who pass to their rest and their doom. One might wonder how it learned this trick. No matter, it shall prey on no one else.
You fare well.
Is it just me, or did I do really badly back there?
Your direction?
Thank you. Getting pretty close to a level. Jeez, neat. But yeah, I think it's very funny going into conversations just absolutely caked in blood. And like having romantic conversations with Alistair, just absolutely soaked. I like how apparently my Song of Valor is just screaming. Not exactly what I'd call a good bardic tune.
So be it.
Nice. Oh. Actually, let's
finish.
Wynn's already got like half her fucking mana bargain. Think these trees are gonna do something?
I see.
Alright, have fun. I make no promises.
Now we get our hands.
Oh dear. Not a werewolf and not a spirit even. What are the woods coming to?
What are you babbling about?
Questions, always questions. They say it was questions that made me mad. Will you do the same for you? Ask a question and you'll get a question, but give an answer and you'll receive the same. Oh, I do so love to trade.
Want me to answer a question?
Wouldn't I have to ask you a question first?
Isn't that a
Would
question?
you know a question if it was asked?
I should certainly hope so.
No, that is not a question. And if it be an answer, it'd be an answer to a question I've not asked.
It
No
is.
sense for the rules.
Be cautious. This is no ordinary madman. He has magic. I can sense it. Powerful magic.
No fair bringing mages to a guessing game. Will you play by the rules or not?
Can you like me to ask a question?
I think it is your turn to ask, is it not?
Do you have the Grand Oak's acorn?
Suddenly it all becomes clear. You here, that talking tree there, it all makes sense now. As a matter of fact, yes. I do have that tree's acorn. I stole it, and it was easy. Silly tree should have locked it up tighter. If you want it, you'll have to trade me for it. And nothing from that silly tree. No leaves or branches or anything. But that's all I have to say about that. An answer for an answer. There you go.
Do you want to ask me a question?
May I? Oh, yes, I think I might. Now, what shall be the first? Oh, yes. What is your name?
You may call me Clover.
So you claim. They sent you, didn't they? But you're too tricky, and you're trying to fool me. Well, I'm on to you, just so you know. But it is your turn to ask now. Ask. Ask away, I dare you.
Do you have anything to trade?
Let's see. I'll trade you an acorn, a helmet I found, or a book I finished reading years ago, provided you have something interesting in return.
I want the acorn.
And what do you have to trade for the acorn?
How about a book?
A book, eh? What sort of book?
Book on elven history.
Elven history, you say? That might make for good reading by the moonlight. Or it'll be better than using leaves. Give me that. There. Now that's done. What else have you got on your agenda,
I should go.
Oh, I see. You're going to report to them now, are you? Fine. Goodbye.
I don't like that guy. He's annoying.
Oh, this should be good.
Oh, it's double ogre time. I'm about to get Shrek 2'd.
I will not be defeated.
Owned.
Very well. I shall
Gravestone.
do it.
There seems unnaturally cold around this ancient tombstone. Runes of warding are carved in its surface. Disturb the wards.
It's your time to die.
Must have victory. I see. I shall do it.
Immune to cold damage, huh? That's not great.
Now we get our hands dirty. You will learn to fear me. I cannot be defeated.
Woo! Juggernaut boots and a splinter shield. And some bears.
So be it.
What a great bear.
Another battle, I see.
Sorry, bears. No, you were just doing your thing. Alright. So let's go back to the tree. Hey, Okums Pokums.
My acorn is still gone, so I pray to thee. Hast thou any news for me?
Is this your acorn?
My joy soars to new heights indeed. I am reunited with my seed. This cannot pass without reward. I shall give what little I can afford. Keep this branch of mine with thee, and pass throughout the forest free. I wish thee well, my mortal friend. Thou brought my sadness to an end. May the sunlight find you, thy days be long, thy winters kind, and thy roots be strong.
Hey, level up. Blood control. What more could you want than blood control?
Of course.
You don't have combat magic? Any.
As you say.
No wonder you've been such dog shit in combat, man.
Yes?
Yeah, okay. Now we're good. Weird place for it to autosave. Mildly concerning. Okay. So now I can go up through here.
The forest has not been vigilant enough. Still you come. You are stronger than we could have anticipated. The Dalish chose well, but you do not belong here, outsider. Leave this place.
No. Why won't you let me try and settle this dispute?
You are sent by the treacherous Dalish to kill Witherfang. I will not stand by and allow that to happen.
have no intention of harming Witherfang. I want to talk.
I do not believe you. I will not risk believing you. You are an intruder in our home. You come to kill, as all your kind do. We have learned this lesson well. Here, Witherfang protects us. Here we learn our names and are beloved. We will defend Witherfang and this place with our lives.
Well, sorry, I'm gonna kill a lot of you.
That went well.
Gone well.
Why are we so shaky? Familiar words are carved into the tombstone. Fuck them up. Ow.
I am your...
Is that... Was that... Wow. Jesus.
Not allowed. Should have fled. Ah, that will leave a scar. Last.
Alrighty. Let me just unlock this.
What would you like?
Hey, guy.
We are invaded. Intruders have deceived their way into the forest's heart. Fall back to the ruins. Protect the lady.
I can't believe Witherfang is trans.
Ah, here we go. Werewolf lair, unless I miss my mark.
I wonder what this ruin used to be. Is it Tevinter or Elven?
Probably Elven.
You cannot win!
Hey, me, where's the spider? Okay.
Very well.
Thrilling content. I was just about to say, giant spider webs means giant spiders, huh?
I shall do it.
Okay.
I am yours to command.
Dalish gloves. Already got some of those. Already got one. What else we got here? Quartz? Why did a spider have quartz? It's a weird thing for a spider to have. Dalish gloves. Excellent. Just what I wanted.
I think there's something ahead. Something big.
Probably. Is it werewolves?
It is some kind of trap. What is that? A trap? It is some kind of trap. What is that? A trap?
Okay, that's a dragon? I would have called that like a drake. Dragonling, maybe. Wow. Tiny little baby dragon.
Yes?
Why is there a darkspawn dagger? Right? Sure. Thought I was just continuing forward, but I guess not. Oh, bless. They take cold damage. Okay. Lane.
Oh, this could be good.
Kazam. A slow attack. Okay. Do. Love getting caught in them webs. Think skeletons are gonna attack here?
Mommy?
Are you looking for your mother? I can help you find her.
Mommy! Mommy! Mommy!
Calm down. What are you seeing? Is it skeletons? Because I'm seeing skeletons.
Another
Woo!
corpse for the pile. As you wish.
Where shall I head?
Sarcophagus, huh?
Do it.
Sure.
So be it.
Oh, yeah. Fallen ritual. Cleansing ritual. Earthen jug placed on an altar. Filled earthen jug on an altar. Elf kneeling, praying. Elf taking a sip. And then dumping it. The water in the pool appears cool and clean, is refreshed from some internal source, perhaps magically. Submerged in the water is what appears to be a small earthen jug. Take the jug. Take the jug out of the pool. It is made of clay and appears to be none the worse for its long submission. Fill the jug with water. Leave the pool alone.
I see.
The altar is plain and covered with a thin layer of dust. Numerous carvings cover its surface, but most are eroded beyond legibility. Place the jug on top. Kneel before the altar and pray. Examine the jug. Take a sip. Take the jug. Leave the altar alone. Dump the water back in the pool. Slowly spill the water out of the jug as soon as... Well, we'll never know. We'll never know what it had to say. What happened to the jug will remain a mystery. Though judging from the sound effect, it probably broke.
I see.
Veran Salanon, Ranala Poros.
Uh-huh. You need help? Are you lost here, spirit? Uh-huh. Well, I wish you hadn't. Juggernaut plate. So you got what? 2 pieces of Juggernaut? Oh no, it's more skeletons.
So be it.
Who'd have thought?
I forgive. It's a great day. I am done with that one.
Come on. Phylactery. This elaborate artifact has a gem-like structure that contains what appears to be blood, fresh and liquid, even after all this time. The gem is vibrating slightly. Show the artifact to other party members.
A device meant to hold a spirit, perhaps? Such would be my guess. Though, what might be left of any spirit within after such a long time trapped?
This appears to be a phylactery of some kind. The essence of a mage, kept magically preserved. If that were all it is, however, I would be surprised.
Is that blood in there? Whose, I wonder? You'd think it would be all dried up after so long. There must be magic involved.
You think? Touch the gem. Gem is warm to the touch, and your mind immediately begins swimming with visions, images, and memories of a life not your own. Presence in the gem is at first alarmed when it senses your touch. It recoils in fear, and the images that rush in your mind are ones of imprisonment and loneliness. Sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. Presence calms and then is racked with indecision. Rather than have you leave, it begs you to stay. Or images flash through your mind. Time that the presence is spent trapped within the life gem. Time where the presence has slept, gone mad, then slept again. That's just my life cycle. Presence has no name it can remember. You get the sense of an elf, a mage in glittering silver armor, but this was long ago. Remembered as if through a fog. Is there anything I can do for you? No images for a time, only a feeling of keen loneliness, sense of being trapped, and a mind that is only tenuously present any longer. Presence could give you knowledge of what it remains of how to be an arcane warrior. You are no mage yourself, but you could teach such knowledge to those who are. This is all the Presence has left to offer. Blast of its memories. In return, the Presence asks only thing from you. Oblivion. Yes, I will try and help you. The images become tinged with desperation. The Presence cannot remember where the altar is, but knows the life gem must be placed upon it. Approach the stone altar with the gem. Thankfully, the altar is like 2 feet away. As the life gem nears the altar, the presence becomes overcome with emotion. Could its endless nightmare finally be over? The images that are sent to your mind paint the clear question. Do you wish to learn the skills of the arcane warrior? The presence is ready to teach you now. I require nothing in return for an act of mercy. The last images of the presence are ones of joy. Oblivion will be a welcome relief. I already know how to be an arcane warrior. Win is one. I'm glad that shit carries over New Game Plus style. It would suck if it didn't.
I see.
Run while you can.
Zippity zap, zippity zap, zippity zap, zoo! Shazoom!
I see.
Free elf fruit? Wow, it's so valuable.
As you wish.
It is some kind of trap.
Alistair, don't do it.
What is that? A trap. It is some kind of trap. What is that? A trap. It is some kind of trap.
I have not yet found Meryl. I'm still in the werewolf place.
Let's make this quick!
As you say. It is some kind of trap.
Wait, what was already here? Down here, anything? Pile of sacks with a darkspawn dagger. Weird. Last phylactery. There's no obvious order to this jumble of miscellanea. One item stands out. Smell of last phylactery. There is a naturally cold, dark shapes swirl around a slip of paper within the vial. Take the vial. Glass fractures at your touch.
Another battle, I see. Not fear you so pay for that.
Now. You're immune to the damage, but you're not immune to the freezing. That's what matters.
Cannot be defeated.
A ruby, huh? How did I not see that trap? Like, I figured it was there, because symmetry, but how on earth did my character not see that there was a trap there? You know, this place is full of a lot more skeletons than I thought Werewolf Cave would have been filled with. I thought Werewolf Cave, the Werewolf Temple, would have been a lot more full of werewolves. And a lot less full of skeletons.
Command me.
Alright. Arcane horror, huh?
As you wish.
Oh, come on. You don't get to teleport away if you're frozen.
I shall do it.
It's your time to die.
Fucking stop. Thank you. Oh, this is janky. This is very suddenly running very janky. Or it was. Now it seems to have smoothed down.
So be it.
Okay, I don't want to take a swim to the lair of the werewolves yet. Alright.
I am here. Of course.
Okay. Now to the werewolf lair. Which, again, I guess we're swimming to? Seems like a bad idea. Enraged corpse. It is a corpse that is not moving. It is an inanimate corpse. How is it enraged?
What is that? A trap? It is some kind of trap. Back! Let us end this!
Feel bad about this. Definitely don't want to be doing this. Have made it super clear many times.
Run while you can.
That I do not want to be just slaying werewolves left and right. Hello?
Stop! Brothers and sisters, be at ease. We do not wish any more of our people hurt. I ask you this now, outsider. Are you willing to parley?
I've been willing to parlay. We're talking right now, aren't we? So talk.
Not with me. I have been sent to you on behalf of the lady. She believes you may not be aware of everything you should be. She means you no harm, provided your willingness to parley in peace is an honest one.
I've been trying to talk to you, werewolves, for like this whole time. Is your lady Witherfang? Also, hey, welcome.
But she can tell you of Witherfang.
Oh, dang! Thank you for the raid.
You must agree to parley.
Hot damn! Thank you. Let me get you a shout out. So, hope it works this time. Playing retro? Is that just the name of the game? Oh. Paws of Fury. Sounds like it could either be very good or very bad. Shame it was the latter. That makes sense. Oh, rip an F. Yeah, I'm not big on fighting games. Oh, you have to learn them as in like in-game you have to learn them? You don't just learn them by like learning its quarter circle BA BBA? You have to... Oh, that's terrible. That's That does sound like a bad game. A bad fighting game, anyway. That's rough. If you were willing to talk, why didn't you earlier?
Swiftrunner did not think it would matter. The lady disagrees. And since you have forced your way this far, we must acquiesce to her wishes.
Yeah, that's valid. You gave it a shot. It sucked. You can move on. Alright. Have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the lurk. Thanks for the raid. Take me to this lady.
Follow me. But I warn you, if you break your promise and harm her, I will come back from the Fade itself to see you pay.
Now to play a risky game with Twitch. Now to roll the dice on what Twitch is okay with. Now to take a gamble. Twitch, you can't see anything. It's fine.
I bid you welcome, mortal.
It's fine.
I am
It's
the lady of the forest.
It'd be too much of a pain. I don't have one of those ready. Should. Yeah, no nipples. Can't. It's all just trees there. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you. I'm glad we have this chance to talk.
Do not listen to her, lady. She will betray you. We must attack her now.
Hush, Swiftrunner. Your urge
Oh god, that leaf just clipped through her face.
Is that what you want?
No, my lady. Anything but that.
And the time has come to speak with this outsider, to set our rage aside. I apologize on Swiftrunner's behalf. He struggles with his nature.
That's wild. Why would you mod in nudity for a game and then have it pixelated? Like if you're gonna mod in nudity, have nudity. That just seems weird to me. As do we all, lady.
Truer words were never spoken. But few could claim the same as these creatures, that their very nature is a curse forced upon them. No doubt you have questions, mortal. There are things
Oh!
has not told
Oh, okay. You mean the original XCOM. You mean like... Not... Sorry, when you said that, I assumed you meant like the original of the latest batch? Enemy Unknown or whatever? You mean XCOM 1 from back 100 years ago. Where it's... Yeah. Look, I rounded up. I rounded up a little bit. The thing Sathrian has not told you. Is that so? Such as?
It was Zathrian who created the curse that these creatures suffer. The same curse that Zathrian's own people now suffer. Centuries ago, when the Dalish first came to this land, a tribe of humans lived close to this forest. They sought to drive the Dalish away. Zathrian was a young man then. He had a son and daughter he loved greatly.
That does sound cool.
And while out hunting, the human tribe captured them both.
Aw, hell yeah.
Humans tortured the boy.
That's one of my favorite things about
The girl they raped.
Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, is doing a dual flintlock build and just having 2 flintlock pistols, even though that makes no sense to use in practicality. So Zathrian cursed them, I take it.
Zathrian came to this ruin and summoned a terrible spirit, binding it to the body of a great wolf. So Witherfang came to be. Witherfang hunted the humans of the tribe. Many were killed, but others were cursed by his blood, becoming twisted and savage creatures.
Twisted and savage, just as Witherfang himself is. They were driven into the forest.
Can't believe Witherfang is trans.
For good, their cursed brethren remained, pitiful and mindless animals.
Until I found you, my lady. You gave me peace.
I showed Swiftrunner that there was another side to his bestial nature. I soothed his rage and his humanity emerged. And he brought others to me.
Oh, that's neat. So why didn't you rejoin human society?
They are still cursed, mortal. The bestial side of their nature cannot be denied, and this places them forever outside of the company of their people. We seek to end the curse. The crimes committed against Zathrian's children were grave, but they were committed centuries ago by those who are long dead.
Yeah, that's
Zathrian every time the land
that's wild.
This way, asking him
Like,
to come, but he has always ignored us. We will no longer be denied.
I guess it's a beloved game,
People, so he must
despite being so old. So people still care enough about it to mod it actively.
Surely he will agree to end the curse.
Of course there's hentai doom. Of course that's a thing. Why would Zathrian agree to come here alone?
If Zathrian comes, I shall summon Witherfang. I possess that power. I also have the power to ensure Witherfang is never found. Tell Zathrian this. If he does not come, if he does not break the curse, he will never find Witherfang, and he will never cure his people.
What's this about Petrichor? Very well. I will go to Zathrian and tell him this.
Then we shall await your return. Outside of this chamber, the passage leading back to the surface has been opened for you.
Neat.
Return with Zathrian as
I didn't
soon
know
as
it had been
you can.
raining. Or is raining. I cannot smell it from here. Wait, shit. Did I go the wrong way? This way? Oh, shit. Why am I so bad at this?
I shall do it.
Treasure pile. Wow, and it just has shitty leather gloves. Awesome. Zethrian!
Ah, and here you are already.
What are you doing here?
You have carved a safe path through the forest. Safe enough for me to follow, anyhow.
He wishes to see if we did his work for him. Is that not why you were here now, sorcerer?
Do not call me that, witch. I am keeper of this clan, and have done what I must. Did you acquire the heart?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. May I ask then, why are you leaving the ruin?
The lady won't summon Witherfang until you break the curse.
You do understand that she actually is Witherfang?
Yeah, no shit.
She is the powerful spirit of this ancient forest that I summoned long ago and bound in the body of the wolf. Her nature is that of the forest itself. Beautiful and terrible, serene and savage, maiden and beast. She is the lady and Witherfang both, two sides of a single being. The curse came first from her. Those she afflicted with it mirrored her own nature, becoming savage beast as well as human.
Okay. The curse came first from you.
They attacked my clan, and they were the same savages then that they have ever been. They deserve to be wiped out and not defended. Come, I will accompany you back to the ruin. Let us go and speak to the spirit, and I will force her into Witherfang's form. He may then be slain and the heart taken.
I assure you, the werewolves have regained their minds.
Even so, they are still the same worthless creatures that their ancestors were. They deserve nothing more than the misery they possess. This is not your battle, Grey Warden. Let us just take the heart and be done with it.
Won't you consider at least talking to them?
Why? You claim they have regained their minds, but they are still savage beasts. Their nature is unchanged. All they
because
want
you
is
made
revenge,
them
or a
werewolves.
release that I will not give them. No, let us take the heart and end it.
You still have so much hatred after all this time.
You were not there. You did not see what they did to my son, to my daughter, and so many others. You are not Dalish. How can you know how we had to struggle to be safe? How could I have let their crimes go unanswered?
Those crimes were committed centuries ago.
I remember them as if it were yesterday. Even if they are more than animals now, they desire nothing but revenge. They will never let my clan be.
You can at least meet with them. That's what I propose.
And what if it is revenge they want, and not talk? Will you safeguard me from harm?
Tuvok time? What's that? Yes.
I fail to see the purpose behind this, but very well. It has been many centuries now. Let us see what the spirit has to say. So here you are, spirit.
Interesting.
She is the lady of the forest. You will address her properly.
You've taken a name, Spirit? And you've given names to your pets? These beasts who follow you?
It was they who gave me a name, Zathrian. And the names they take are their own. They follow me because I help them to find who they are.
Who they are has not changed from whom their ancestors were. Wild savages. Worthless dogs. Their twisted shape only mirrors their monstrous hearts.
He will not help us, lady. It is as I warned you. He is not here to talk.
No, I am here to talk, though I see little point in it. We all know where this will lead. Your nature compels it, as does mine.
It does not
Okay,
have to be
Scorpion.
that way. There is room in your heart for compassion, Zathrian. Surely your retribution is spent.
My retribution is eternal, Spirit, as is my pain. This is justice, no more.
Get over it,
Are you
dude.
certain your pain is the only reason you will not end this curse? Have you told the mortal how it was created?
He summoned you and bound you to a wolf.
And so he did. Witherfang and I are bound as one being. But such powerful magic could not be accomplished without Zathrian's own blood. Your people believe you have rediscovered the immortality of their ancestors, Zathrian, but that is not true. So long as the curse exists, so do you.
No, that is not how it is.
Just how far will you go for your revenge, Zathrian?
I did it for my people. I did it for my son and my daughter. For them, for justice, I would do anything.
The curse would not end with Zathrian's death. His life, however, relies on its existence. And I believe his death plays a part in its ending.
That's fair.
Then we kill him! We tear him apart now!
For all your powers of speech, you are beasts still. What would you gain from killing me? Only I know how the ritual ends, and I will never do it.
Ha! You see? We must kill them all!
See? They turn on you as quickly. Do what you have come here to do, Grey Warden, or get out of my way.
You'll end the curse if I have to force you myself.
We're standing for what's right here, no matter what.
Then you die with them. All of you will suffer as you deserve.
Hey, let's stop him from doing things. Hey, let's stop him before he does whatever it is he's doing. Let's hit him. Let's punch him. He's a wizard. Let's punch him. Blood magic. Blood control. Oh. Didn't work. Let's just make this an absolute visual nightmare. Just a terror to look at. Oh shit. Morgan, you almost died. Oh, Morgan died. Womp womp. No, she undied. Get dunked, loser.
No, no I cannot defeat you.
No, you can't, loser.
Kill him now.
No, Swift Runner. We will not kill him. If there is no room in our hearts for mercy, how may we expect there to be room in his?
I cannot do as you ask, Spirit. I am too old to know mercy. All I see are the faces of my children, my people. I cannot do it.
Dude, what happened sucked, but like, get over it.
Perhaps
It's
I
been
have
centuries.
lived too long. This hatred in me is like an ancient, gnarled root. It has consumed my soul. What of you, spirit? You are bound to the curse just as I am. Do you not fear your end?
You are my maker, Zathrian. You gave me form and consciousness where none existed. I have known pain and love, hope and fear, all the joy that is life. Yet of all things I desire nothing more than an end. I beg you, Maker, put an end to me. We beg you, show mercy.
And then they do magic.
You shame me, spirit.
It's not hard.
I am an old man, alive long past his time.
I need the fan.
Then you will do it? You will end the curse?
Yes, I think it is time. Let us put an end to it all.
Do it. Make the werewolves into dudes. Whoop! All gone. And they magically have clothes.
It's over. She's gone. And we're human. I can scarcely believe it.
So what are you gonna do now?
We'll leave the forest, I suppose. Find other humans, see what's out there for us. It should be quite interesting, don't you think? Thank you. We'll never forget you.
Howdy!
As you wish.
Wait, yeah, just hit fucking gloves. Alright. So now, that's the final piece of my army. Ooh, that's some good rain. That's some good rain. Come on, don't make me have an encounter here. Let me just go there.
What is it?
Y'all really? Fucking bandits? Ow.
It is some kind of trap.
Stop stunning me.
So be it. I am ready.
Okay. Losers dispatched. Oh, this isn't where I said to be. Game? Oh. So it didn't even save me time? I went to the overmap thing and it didn't even go faster that way? I still have to trudge through the whole fucking place? Boo. Ooh, what? Oh, cool. Bears. Yes.
Begin the onslaught.
Very aggressive bears. Like, shockingly aggressive bears.
It is done. Zathrian has banished all traces of cursed blood from the hunters. It is too bad that Zathrian had to die. I felt it when he departed. I think
And I was like, cool. That's good. Did you know about his connection to the curse?
I suspected. But Zathrian did not like to talk about that.
I can't imagine
The
why.
curse is over, and no one else will be subjected to it. It will be difficult to fill Zathrian's shoes. He was our keeper for many centuries, and he will be sorely missed. But I am
He
keeper now.
sucked.
Let me say it officially then. I hereby swear to uphold the terms of the ancient contract our people formed with the Grey Wardens. Call, and we shall come, with great speed and purpose, and we shall strike at your foes. This I swear. It has been a long time since the Dalish marched to war, but I trust that in the end, we shall make a difference for you.
I hope so.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunters. Our armaments will be superior to anything else you find on the battlefield.
Found some iron bar.
Truly? Let me see. Yes, that is indeed iron bark, and a substantial quantity of it as well. Well done. An agreement is an agreement, and I will craft something from this wood for you. What would you like? A bow, or perhaps a breastplate?
Neither. I don't need either. Clay needs it more than I do.
I must admit I'm surprised to witness such generosity from an outsider. You have my thanks, and the thanks of my clan for this gift. I will not allow your generosity to go without at least some reward. Come, I shall make something of the wood you bring.
I made a
reformed
gun!
the wood to my will. It is but a small token of our gratitude, but take it with my blessing.
Yeah,
So the
Thras.
hunters were cured, but not in time for my Deniala.
Sorry for your loss.
Gareth Shirall, stranger.
Oops.
I shall do it.
So I don't see whatever quest it is to meet Meryl. There's no one else with a quest here. Why leave this fucking place?
So, tell me, you have any children, grandchildren, I don't know, great-grandchildren?
What would make you think I have any children at all? You have to know I've spent most of my life in the circle of magi.
You just seem like the grandmotherly type to me, I don't know.
I suppose I'll take that as a comment on my demeanor and not my age.
Mages aren't forbidden to marry or anything, are they? It's not such an outlandish question.
Isn't it? What sort of man would marry a mage, do you think?
Well, how about another mage? There are just as many men as there are women within the circle, as I recall.
That sort of union is not encouraged, although that does not stop us from seeking out each other's company from time to time.
All right. Suddenly you don't seem quite so grandmotherly to me anymore.
Good. I would hope not.
Win fucking getting it. I did see your text. Oh, in the Dalish elf origin. So, not something I can do, as I am not a Dalish elf.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings. I'm sure.
Let me sell you my shit, but on. Not that I saw. And honestly, even if she was, like, around, I doubt she'd be in any way recognizable in the same way that, Isabella is completely different.
Something you need, my dear?
Had another dream about the
Yes, me
archdemon.
too. And I got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think?
I think you're probably right.
You know how some people want to be right all the time? Me, not so much. I guess one thing is certain, at least, isn't it? It's official. This is a blight.
Bum bum bum.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think we need to go to Redcliffe. Ow.
Yes.
Wizard! Damn it, elves! Well, I tried to save them. I did 90% of the lifting, and they still got fucking owned.
I see.
So I guess we see how strong the Dalish really are. Alright. So let's call the Landsmeet.
I understand you've acquired all the allies you could. That's good. We can call the Landsmeet if you are ready. I would prefer not giving Loghain time to consider, but it is up to you. I do not wish to go to Denerim unless you are with me.
Let's
Excellent.
go.
I shall make the arrangements. Let us be off to Denerim, and may the Maker watch over us.
Okay.
Denerim is
There
the
we
heart
go.
and soul of Ferelden. It was the city of King Calenhad, the birthplace of Andraste.
Didn't remember
as
that
stubborn as a
part.
Mabari, and as good to have on your side. If we defeat Loghain here, the rest of the nation will follow us.
Cool.
By calling the Landsmeet, I've struck the first blow. The advantage, for the moment, is ours. He will have little choice but to show himself, to oppose us directly.
And then
He
we
will
stab
strike
him.
back at us. The only question that remains is how soon. Logain, this is an honor that the Regent would find time to greet me personally.
How could I not welcome a man so important as to call every lord in Ferelden away from his estates, while a blight claws at our land?
The Blight is why I'm here. With Cailan dead, Ferelden must have a king to lead it against the Darkspawn.
Ferelden has a strong leader. Its queen. And I lead her armies.
Considering Ostagar, perhaps we need a better general.
And who is this, Eamon? Some new stray you picked up on the road? And here I thought it was only royal bastards you played the nursemaid to.
Well, you're admitting the royal part. That's a start.
I'm Clover Cousland, Terran of Highever.
The Couslands are dead. The Terran of Highever belongs to the House, and rightfully so.
I demand blood rights. This man murdered my family.
You have no rights. Your family surrendered them when I revealed them to be traitors to the king.
Prove it at the Landsmeet. They still hang murderers here.
You are either very bold or very stupid to threaten the Ten before witnesses.
Enough, Carthrian. This is not the time or place. I had hoped to talk you down from this rash course, Eamon. Our people are frightened. Our king is dead. Our land is under siege. We must be united now if we are to endure this crisis. Your own sister, Queen Rowan, fought tirelessly to see Ferelden restored. Would you see her work destroyed? You divide our nation and weaken our efforts against the Blight, with your selfish ambitions to the throne.
What efforts can there be when you outlaw the Grey Wardens?
Cailan depended on the Grey Warden's prowess against the Darkspawn, and look how well that ended. Let us speak of reality rather than tall tales. Stories will not save us.
I cannot forgive what you've done, Logain. Perhaps the Maker can, but not I. Our people deserve a king of the Theron bloodline. Alistair will be the one to lead us to victory in this blight.
Oh, is that all I have to do? No pressure.
The Emperor of Orlais also thought I could not bring him down. Expect no
Just
more
stay
mercy than
alone.
I showed him. There is nothing I would not do for my homeland.
Except, like, not be an evil prick.
Well, that was bracing. I didn't expect Logain to show himself quite so soon.
Hal killed my family. I can't let him get away with
I
it.
would not ask you to. But bear in mind that he will be well protected by his alliance with Logain. He always seemed the kind of man who enjoyed kicking stray dogs. I would not have thought Logain would trust him. We need eyes and ears in the city. Logain has been here for months. The roots of all his schemes must begin here. The sooner we find them, the better we can turn them to our advantage. Go have a look around, and see what you can turn up. Better yet, find the nobles who have arrived for the Landsmeet. Test the waters. See how many will support us. When you're ready to talk strategy, come upstairs to my sitting room. We can lay out our plans for the Landsmeet then.
Alright, I'm actually gonna go AFK a quick sec to use the restroom. So, BRB. Okay, and I'm back. I forgot to give myself the strength I needed when I leveled up once again. So what am I doing? Oh.
Excuse me, I have to dust the Earl's sitting room.
What do you do
I'm a
here?
chambermaid, sir. I empty chamber pots and change linens. Now and then I dust, just for variety's sake, you understand? I beg your pardon, sir, but I really can't be seen standing about. The housekeeper will have my head. Good day.
Fucked up. Book?
This is not as defensible as I would like, but it will do. You called.
Why were you imprisoned?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
What exactly happened?
I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
Rip. What happened to the other Canary?
I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
What did you do?
I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Did the farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
Did you believe them?
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
Panicked over a lost blade?
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
So that's it? You aren't going to do anything about it?
What would you have me do? It could be anywhere by now.
Where did you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Calenhad.
Don't worry, we'll
Perhaps
find it.
Those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Ah, Warden. I trust you've made yourself comfortable.
Sure. Yes, very nice.
Good, because it's likely to be your last rest for a while. This is Elena. She's...
I am Queen Enora's handmaiden. She sent me here to ask for your help.
Or perhaps the young lady prefers to speak for herself.
Seemed like she was. Why would Enora ask us for help?
The Queen. She is in a difficult position. She loved her husband, no? And trusted her father to protect him. When he returns with no king and only dark rumors, what is she to think? She worries, no? But when she tries to speak with him, he does not answer. He tells her not to trouble herself.
Are you saying the Queen believes the truth?
My Queen suspects she cannot trust her father. And Logan, he is very subtle, no?
She's
But when
not.
He is privy to all the secrets and not so subtle. So she goes to how? A visit from the Queen to the new Isle of Denrum is only a matter of courtesy, and she demands answers.
I guess that didn't go well.
He calls her every sort of name, traitor being the kindest, and locks her in a guest room.
She has soldiers, let them free her.
If the palace guard besiege Howe's estate, my lady will certainly be killed before they can reach her. I think her life is in danger. I heard Howe say she would be a greater ally dead than alive, especially if her death could be blamed on Owl Eamon.
Give me one good reason to believe this.
Because you do not want Logain ruling Ferelden, and if Nora can speak at the Landsmeet, her voice would sway many nobles.
We may have no choice but to trust Honora. The Queen is well loved. If Logain succeeded in pinning her death on me, I'm not sure that's a risk we can afford to take.
What do you propose we do?
I have some uniforms. I'll hire so many new guards every day. A few more will not cause much stir. I will show you to the Serpent's entrance. We must slip in and out with my queen before anyone is the wiser. I will go ahead to House Estate. Meet me there as soon as you can.
This is a nice change from having to sleep in the woods, isn't it? Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
What's on your mind?
Miss anything about
I miss
Orlais?
Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
I've never been to Orlais.
If you get the chance, you should see it, at least Val Royeaux. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sort of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
You can get nice shoes in Denerim.
Perhaps. Ferelden folk are so much more practical. I don't see them making use of something simply for its looks. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
She was the one I was supposed to give the shoes to. That sounds lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
At least they keep the cold out.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Of course. So many visitors, so many chamber pots to clean. Oh.
As you say.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Now, do I do the thing? Do I go around, get Sten's sword?
I do wonder, is it permissible for 2 Grey Wardens to... Oh, what is the word I search for?
Caboodle?
Fraternize.
What's wrong with fraternizing?
It seems most undisciplined for an organization that claims it will do whatever
All
is
men
necessary
are the work
to
of
end
our
the
Maker's
Darkspawn
hand.
threat.
From the lowest
One thing has
slaves
nothing to do
the
with the other.
highest
Oh no? And what if a Grey Warden was forced to choose between the Warden he loved and ending the Blight? What should his choice be?
That is a ridiculous question.
And I have my answer. Most kind of you.
Strange that matters can be so tumultuous and yet the day still be so bright.
Oh, my pardon. Just thinking aloud. Are you here for the Chanter's Board?
What do you do here?
I am Sister Justine, curator of the reliquary of this chantry. Pride again. It is hard to live up to the example of Andraste.
What's the curator do?
The archivist tends the books, and I tend the sacred relics. I also search for more to add to our collection, which is more difficult than it sounds.
Found these scrolls in Spencer Ruin.
Really? Oh, pardon my incredulity. I would like to examine them in any event.
Be careful, they seem ancient.
Let me see. The scrolls are old, no question, and the script. It's written in cipher. Early believers used them to keep their writings safe from the Devinter Magus. These could be authentic. Please, let me examine it.
Here you go.
I need parchment, quill, and ink. What was the trick to the cipher again? I examined your scrolls. I know a few of the early chantry ciphers, but I'm not fully familiar with this one. The bits I have made out. This may be an account of Mafarat's final days, and perhaps more.
You mean Andraste's husband?
I know. It's remarkable. The same Mafrath who betrayed our prophet and saw her burn alive in Minrath Rus. If we could get a real translation, well, it could be the find of our lifetime.
How long will it take?
It could take months. The ciphers were designed to be difficult for the Magisters to decrypt. Who knows what secrets we can uncover, what truths we can find. Here is all of the allowance I have for acquisitions. Take it and go. 1,000 blessings.
How dare you goose me? I've been goosed.
But one world, one life, one death.
That actually startled me. Well done. Okay, let's get Sten's sword. Oh dang! Thank you for the raid! Thank you for the raid. One sec, let me get you a shout out. Oh, BioShock Remastered! BioShock, such good shit! Hope you were having fun with that.
Hello.
Oh, first time? Hell yeah. That's so exciting. How far are you? I'll not spoil anything. Nice. Yeah, that's such a good game. Definitely.
Baba Booey.
Someone's having fun with the new sound effects on stream.
Good day.
Shady patron, huh?
What are you looking at? Can a man drink in peace?
Alright, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the raid. Have a good sleep.
Good day, and welcome to the Spoiled Princess. Is there something I can get for you?
Why is he called the Spoiled
It was
Princess?
my father's idea. He ran the inn before me, and he named it for my sister. She was his little princess. Princess decided the country was too dull for her and moved to Deneral. More glamorous, she said.
Would
well,
give
she
more
was
if I
found
could,
murdered,
but
robbed
hopefully
of all the
helps a
trinkets
bit
my
toward the
father
travel
bought her
needs.
with his hard-earned
Oh,
money.
hot damn,
Father
thank
died
you.
of shock and heartbreak. Mother stopped eating, and I got the struggling in. The name stuck. That's the story. Of course.
I should have
If
brought
there's anything
Stun
I can
here.
get you, just let me know.
Thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated and will, I think, completely cover, like, one of the flights. Much, much appreciated. That one, that sound effect is specifically for any time I'm climbing a ladder in a game. You haven't seen a sword lying around, have you?
Why, you looking to buy one?
Only if it's a Kunari blade.
A Q what?
Probably be large and unwieldy.
Well, honestly, I don't have any swords. The spot was picked pretty clean when I got here. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it, I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's
I'm a
Farron.
gnome, and you've
Really
been
little bastard, if you ask me.
known.
Which you didn't, but I said it anyway.
How dare you know me? Where is he now?
He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him. Ah.
Yes.
Can't believe I've been gnomed on my own stream. You want me to speak in the Elysian accent? aka Pseudo-Frau. I suppose I can give it a try.
Indeed, yes.
I make no promises as to the quality of the accent, however. Let us get Sten his sword. And actually finally level him up. As I believe he is still level 1. Or so. Was I quick enough to... Ah. Ah. Mary. Apologies to these dwarves for blowing you up. Sten is an interesting character. On one hand, I like him. On the other hand, he is kind of a misogynist. He has 9 levels. It's coming. Okay, let us get him that, that. This and this and this, and this and that. And now we can equip him. Let us armor him as a king. Give him... Actually do not have a great sword right now. Actually no. We'll do better with this.
Yes?
Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. I thought I was done doing accents for the day after I finished recording Kentucky Route Zero. But no. Okay, let us find the guy. The guy. The guy. While we are here, we can at least talk to Dagna. Tell her that she may study amongst the mages. Phenug? Good, accent time over.
Sten, I'm not going to harm you.
I do not fear harm to myself.
What is that supposed to mean?
An unbound mage is like a wildfire, as prone to simply consume itself as it is to devour all that surrounds it.
I do wish you wouldn't refer to mages as it.
Yeah, that's another reason I don't love Sten. Is, as a Kunari, he is super anti-mage. Because they don't trust mages. They don't trust them at all. Okay.
Hello, how can I... Oh, it's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said.
First Jade Art thing has accepted you for study.
Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe it. There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since your Relvin in the 13th century. I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books, tuition?
A little token of gratitude would be nice.
Of course, a reward. I was just bringing some lyrium in from the storeroom. Will that do? I have either a lyrium rune that can be implanted in any weapon, or some of the serum mages use. Which do you want?
I'll take a rune.
Here you go. I hope it's enough to thank you. I'll never forget what you did. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
Dagna, you are too precious. Where the fuck is this guy? Where's it? Team the tavern?
I am yours to command.
Free nug. It's probably in Low Town. Dust Town. That's what it's called. Low Town is Dragon Age 2, I think. Okay. Loading screens are longer than they used to be, but at least they're not crashing. That fucking mod that made this game use like double the RAM was very... I had to jinx it! I had to open my big fucking mouth. I had to say words with my stupid face hole. Damn it. At least it only sent me back like 30 seconds. There's thugs here.
So you're the one who killed Jarvia. Do you know what you've done? Jarvia was no paragon, but she looked after her own. Even the nobles wouldn't cross her. If you think we're gonna let you waltz around like you own the place, you're wrong. For Jarvia, attack!
Would seem we are not alone.
Oh. Well. Oops. Sorry to that bystander that I froze.
Another corpse for the pile.
What do you think of that new King Balin, huh?
Just like any other noble.
Where the fuck is this guy? Just want to get Sten's sword. I just want to get Sten's sword so that he A, likes me a little bit better, and B, isn't like murdered on sight.
You're the best wrangler. I trust Vala, my nug wrangling friend.
Sent to Orzammar is likely there now. Where in Orzammar? Orzammar's a big place. Captain of the
It's
Guard.
hard to believe we have a king again.
I suppose the ancestors truly favored the knight.
Well, Sten, I tried. Tried to get your fucking sword. But I don't know where the fuck. Why is this store empty? Why is this a thing? Stuff. Oh wow, Morgan's almost leveled up. That's cool. Alright, sorry Stan. I'll put in the tapestry that I found it, but I'm not wasting more time on this.
You were very quiet, Stan.
Only compared to some.
You seen the guy?
We have a king. The gold will flow again. Best of luck to you.
Wait.
You hear about this son of Merrick? So, you're back, I see. What can I do for you?
Looking for a Kunari sword.
Can what? I'm sorry, I don't know what that...
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
I'd give it to him if I were you.
I don't have it, I swear.
Also, hello, welcome. Thank you for the lurk. Who did you sell it to?
A dwarf near Redcliffe. Dwyn, I think his name was.
I know Dwyn. Wait, Dwyn?
He's the one who has the sword, I promise you. Said he was a collector.
We'll see.
If Arleman's standing up for him, I'd say we should be.
I don't know why Arleman is competent.
I shall do it.
This game needs a run button. 'Cause there's a lot of time just like going from one area transition to another. Also, good to know now that the people that I'm looking for this quest don't show up as quest markers. And I have to actually find them. So I think Dwyn was the guy in the house. Who I threaten. Which is not going to be great for negotiating.
Phew, some fight. Reminds me why I left Orzammar in the first place.
Thank you for helping with the battle.
Hey, anything for Redcliffe, right? Whatever. First thing I'm gonna do is get some sleep. For about a week. Go
Dude, it's
celebrate
been
or
like
whatever
a
it is you're
week,
gonna
if
do.
not more.
You won, right? You're a hero. Or something.
First...
Go celebrate or whatever you have to do.
I'm looking for a Canary sword you bought.
Now, why would you be interested in that?
It's mine.
You know, Farron didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive.
Name your price.
6 sovereigns.
Fine.
Wasn't so hard, was it? It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
What does it fit in there? Does it fold in half?
You need?
Stan, I got something for you.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
Now that you have your sword, shouldn't you report back?
I will return to the Arishok with my report, but it would be a much more thorough and satisfying answer to his question if the Blight were ended first. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way. I go.
Is that worse than the sword? I mean, it's better, but it's still only a tier 3 sword. Holy shit, dude. Your sword wasn't that good. I don't know how to tell you this, Sten, but your sword actually is kind of shit. But, okay. So that's done with. which is cool. And now I can go do Landsmeet stuff. Just as soon as I get to the area transition, which is a place that I'm almost at. Also, I have to stop at camp and trade Stenile. So I'm not gonna use him!
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Back to Venerum. Will we get in a fight along the way? I hope not. I hope we don't get in a fight along the way. We didn't.
Your direction?
Actually. City map. I was gonna say, no ambush? Nothing? Whoa?
What is that? And so here is the mighty Grey Warden at long last. The crows send their greetings once again. And where is Zevran? I don't see him with you. How very disappointing.
Yeah, I haven't used him. Didn't bring him, obviously.
Then I shall need to seek him out once we are done.
Here I am, Taliesin. Tell me, were you sent, or did you volunteer for the job?
Oh ho! And he makes an appearance. I volunteered, of course. When I heard that the great Zevran had gone rogue, I simply had to see it for myself.
Is that so? Well, here I am, in the flesh.
You can return with me, Zevran. I know why you did this, and I don't blame you. It's not too late. Come back and we'll make up a story. Anyone can make a mistake.
Zevran doesn't need the crows any longer.
No? Does Zevran need to live?
I suspect I will manage just fine, Taliesin. I'm sorry, my old friend, but the answer is no. I'm not coming back. And you should have stayed in Antiva.
Yes.
Indeed.
Making Zevran. As if he isn't still wearing base kit and level fucking 0. Well, I gotta say, I am glad, because I wasn't entirely sure that he wasn't going to, turn. So there's a chance that that happens. That can happen, that he's like, oh yes, I actually will join you. And he attacks you. And it's bad. Then you have to kill him. And I don't like killing him. So he fucking died in this fight anyway. Because again, he's level fucking 0. Gloves of God.
And there it is. Taliesin is dead. And I am free of the crows. They will assume that I am dead along with Taliesin. So long as I do not make my presence known to them, they will not seek me out.
That's a good thing, right?
A very good thing. It is in fact what I had hoped for ever since you decided not to kill me. I have enjoyed our company, but I am wondering if it is not time for me to leave. That would be the practical thing to do, no? There is a freedom awaiting me that I have never known. But I suppose the decision is yours. Will you let me go?
I wish you would stay. I need your help.
Do you? I suppose there are worse things I could do with my time than save the world.
I ask that you stay as a friend.
And who could resist such a request? Very well. I will not abandon you. Let us return to the task at hand, then. There is still much to be done, yes?
You, Good on blood magic. Oh, skeletons! Skeleton friend. Yes. Yes, please. I'm not gonna bother looting all that. Oh, now I've got Severin for this. Hold up.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you have my actual party, please? The trap again.
It will be done.
There's probably a quicker way to swap out my party, but fuck if I know what it is. Well, this is definitely nothing. Oh no! Lever.
I shall do it. Very well.
Oops. Neat. And back to walking.
The servants' entrance is on the other side of the house. We must slip past this crowd to reach it. We will have to be very careful. Our How is inside.
What's the crowd gathered for?
The estate is in poor repair. The new owl, he has not been very prompt in paying his workmen. I will be right behind you. This way.
No, the carpenter's craft all is
As you wish.
I think this is like the one time in the whole game that like having the sneak skill actually does something and is helpful.
Would seem we are not alone.
But who the fuck are these guys and how did they see me? Where did they come from?
Very well.
This way.
This way. Okay, so I think I now have the ability to wield Duncan's sword. Which means I can be full Duncan kit. As much as I would love for Alistair to use Merrick's blade, it's worse. Because of course it is. Of course it's worse than the DLC sword that I had at the very beginning of the game.
Distract the guards, but you must move quickly.
Wait, we need to put on our disguises.
Hurry. My lady does not have much time.
Why did we not have them on at first?
Are you all prepared? I will go distract the guards.
We'll go to the uniforms if they won't get us inside.
To know who is allowed to come and go. They will not be fooled, but the uniforms should work on most of those inside.
Let's
I will
go.
lure them into the courtyard. Wait in the bushes.
I will wait in the bushes.
Oh, you must come. I saw something. By the fountain. I think it was a darkspawn.
Darkspawn?
They will drag us all underground to be eaten.
Should we call for help?
Did you fall off a cart full of stupid? Call for help? So they can see us act like scared little girls because of some knife-eared wench?
They will
Fucked
eat us all
up.
alive. Please get help.
Fucked up
There
and
is something
racist.
out there, and we don't sound the alarm, we'll look worse than scared.
And drast these holy knickers. Fine, we'll check the courtyard, if it'll keep you from wetting yourself. But there's nothing there.
Thank you. Oh, it was over here. Quickly.
And then I kill them. Alright.
Ah, it took me forever to be rid of those two.
Did
You must
it?
Be careful now. The servants, they will not look closely at anyone in uniform. All guards are alike to a cook, no? But you should not draw attention to yourself. Most of the guards are new. They will not know you for a stranger at a glance. It is best you keep your distance from all of them and try to blend in.
Where's
She's in
Honora?
the guest room of the main hall. Andras, they guide us.
Indeed.
This kitchen is a disgrace. How did the old armed servants ever cook anything in here? No one ever said the kitchen.
Family got killed. I say Howard should level the thing and build a new one.
This place is going to be charred
Do.
How? For all we know, it's not mutton. How's too cheap to buy it? Cook's probably roasting the elves that broke in here.
No, you're bluffing.
Where am I going? Can't unlock, eh? Even with my lockpicking person, eh? Magic.
Here, my lady.
Thank the Maker. I would greet you properly, but I'm afraid we've had a setback.
What sort of setback?
My host was not content with leaving me under heavy guard. He sealed the door by magic.
What is your inflection doing? How do we open it?
Find the mage who cast the spell. He'll most likely be at Hal's side.
So much for secrecy.
Well, if he didn't know you were here, he soon will.
Good, I want to see how anyway.
Thank you, Warden. My prayers go with you.
Tell Hal will probably be in his rooms. They're at the end of the hall, on the left. Tell Hal is probably in his room. The last one.
End of the hall. On the left.
The housekeeper will hear us.
Dinner, don't worry.
Very well.
Just documents, huh? That seems worth looting. Okay. This seems like a normal place to be.
What? Who goes there?
Hell yeah! Okay.
I thank you for creating such distraction, stranger. I have been waiting days for the opportunity.
Cool.
Do you think you could... Alistair? Is that you?
Who? Wait. I do know you. You were at my joining. He's one of us. A warden from Orlais. Jada, I think. Or was it Montserrat? I'm afraid I don't remember your name.
I'm Riordan, senior warden of Jada, but born and bred in Yayhem, and glad to be home.
How large a force did you bring with you? What a question to someone in jail. What are you doing here?
For the most part, attempting to hold my tongue. I was sent when we received no word from King Kaelin as to the outcome at Ostagar. The king had invited all the wardens of Orlais and their support troops to join him. Then nothing.
How did Hal catch you?
With an offer of hospitality and a poisoned chalice. I was fool enough to think Loghain didn't yet know who I was.
Where's Hal?
I saw him go into the dungeons. He may still be there.
Are these your papers?
Yes, these are my records. The names of the dead I could recognize at Ostagar. What I could find of Duncan's own recruitment records. Copies of the joining ritual I rescued from our Denerim vault. Those should never be seen by any outside eyes, but I trust in their encryption.
Why don't you come with me?
I wouldn't be much use to you in my current condition. And if you'll pardon me, I've a sudden desire to breathe some free air. I will seek you out later, after I find a good physician. And good luck.
Well, we've got
Sister.
Wynn here. She's a magic healer. Okay. Sure.
Who goes?
Not kidding around, you know me.
You think you're clever, do you? Anybody tries to come in here without Hal's say-so, we get to do what we like with them. I think we finally got a bit of entertainment here, lads.
Would seem we are not alone.
Oh, and so our disguises just melt away. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. Got a skeleton. Said let's get a skeleton.
The pain. It overcomes me.
Ow. Fuck you. Get freezy peasy. Get ice pop, losers.
I seem we were victorious. Good.
Pick it? No?
At your service.
What's the point of lock picking if you cannot pick the locks?
Begin the onslaught.
What's the point of lock picking if there are so many locks that cannot be picked?
Danger approach.
Run while you can.
I shall do it.
Oh, this could be good.
Okay.
Wipe them out.
Come on, guys. It's a single fucking mobile.
Very well.
Wow, that just keeps going, huh? Oh shit, they got wizard. Get ice popped. Get dunked.
I am yours to command.
Just unlocking the stuff for the XP. I don't fucking care to loot it. It's not worth it. Okay. This place needs a lot of torturers.
Don't leave me here. Get me. Was this supposed to be a lesson? Did my father think it funny to leave me for so long before sending you?
Who are you?
My father didn't send you? I am Oswin, son of Ban Sigurd, of the Dragon's Peak Banner.
If you aren't one of our soldiers, pray tell me, who should I be thanking for my rescue?
Young Clover of the Grey Wardens.
Then I have no question about why you would come, Warden. For it is your men who have suffered the most here. You have my heartfelt gratitude. And I assume the gratitude of the entire Dragon's Peak Banner. If my father sent no one after me, I can only assume that he does not yet know the true colors of the snakes he is allied with. But if you talk to him, I'm certain he would offer you any reward you might ask.
Well, will your father side against Loghain?
Then there is a Landsmeet after all. Hal said the Isle of Redcliffe was dead, and the Landsmeet called off. I swear, if there be any forum to speak out against Loghain, my father will be there. Now, please, I must try to get to him. I cannot see the last of this place too soon.
Fair enough, dude.
Very well.
Wow. Just a bunch of guys here, huh? Can I puppet you?
I am your dad.
Love it when you got a blood puppet. How long does that last? That long. It lasts exactly that long. Hello?
They said to retreat. The horn sounded and we turned, and then the screams. We rode and they screamed and screamed and...
Were you at Ostagar?
Mother?
Yes, obviously.
Can you smell the blood? They said it was only Darkspawn. But we ate them too. They died.
I like how
And we
everyone
left them
naked has the
in
same
swamp.
necklace thing.
The witch!
He's obviously mad. I don't think you'll get anything more out of him.
You're free now. Go somewhere safe.
Safe? Is there a safe? Perhaps next door.
What month is it? Are you some enemy of Aurelians? Please, I feel like I've spent half my life down here.
Urian died months ago.
Dead. Then who's ruling? His son, Vaughn. He struck me down and I woke up here. People were so angry, they were thinking of petitioning the king.
The king is dead as well. Loghain rules in his place.
There have been many changes since they caught me. I need to find out what happened. I need to get home, or flee the city. I thank you for your aid, stranger. I wish I had more than gratitude to offer.
Fair enough, dude. I'll take that.
Well, look here. Bryce Coustland's little Spitfire, all grown up and still playing the man. I thought Loghain made it clear that your pathetic family is gone and forgotten.
Jesus Christ! After this, I'll kill your wife and son too. No! You won't forget. Their memory drove me to you.
Your parents died on their knees. Your brother's corpse rots in Ostagar, and his brat
was burned on a scrap heap along with his Antivan whore of a wife. And what's left? A fool husk of a daughter, likely to end her days under a rock in the deep roads. Even the wardens are gone. You're the last of nothing. This is pointless. You've lost.
Calm. I know your game. No shadows, no lies, just you and me.
There it is. Right there. That damn look in the eye that marked every Coastland success that held me back. It would appear that you have made something of yourself after all. Your father would be proud. I, on the other hand, want you dead more than ever.
Okay, whatever. I'll cut your fucking head off. Don't you fucking run. I was really hoping that someone would get like a dramatic kill on him. Specifically cutting his head off. That would have been cool. But I'll settle for him being distinctly dead.
Make her spit on you. I deserved more.
Fuck you. Eat piss and shit in hell.
Who's there? Stay away. You can't do this to me. I'll have you all flayed. I'm the Arl of Denerim.
Arl Urien died at Ostagar. Who are you?
I'm Vaughan Kendalls, heir to the Arling of Denerim. It's true. Too many of our troops were lost at Ostagar. When the riots started, Howe came with men to reinforce the garrison here. Or that's what he claimed. As soon as I let him into the palace, he threw me in here. One more victim of the Elven uprising, he said. Let me out of here. I'll do anything.
The Landsmeet's been called. I need your voice.
Of course. Anything. Just let me out.
Very well, you can go.
I swear you won't regret this.
Maker, have mercy on your Andraste. Bride of the Maker, have mercy on me. I'll stammer. Is that you, little sister? No, I don't know you, do I?
I don't know. I don't know you, my dude. Who are you?
I'm Erminric, Knight Lieutenant of the Denerim Chantry. You aren't one of the Tern's men?
He sounds like he's in lyrium withdrawal. He's got all the signs, confusion, weepiness. He probably doesn't even know what he's saying. If the Grand Cleric knew he were in here, she'd be spitting hot coals.
Cool.
Nobles don't have authority over Templars.
I failed in my duties, Maker. Forgive me. I failed, and there's no telling what he's done.
Who are you talking about?
The Malefica. He had turned blood magic upon Templars and Circle mages to escape from his tower. Near Redcliffe, I cornered him, but the Tern's men took him from me and brought me here.
Are you talking about Jowan?
Yes. He destroyed his phylactery. We were spread out, trying to find him. I was alone. You are real, aren't you? My dreams are so strange now. Please, if you're not a dream, help me.
What do you want me to do?
Give this ring to my sister, Alstana. Tell her I'm sorry. Please, ask her to pray for me.
Okay. I don't know where your sister is, dude. But I'll do what I can. All right. Do. You know, if I were to have a palace place, I would not put
So be it.
the jail right next to my bedroom. That actually seems like a very bad idea.
So be it.
Because if something happens and people break out of the jail, then they're in your bedroom. And also, people going to jail have to go through your bedroom. It just seems like a bad idea.
My thanks.
Let's go.
Thank you. I'll trust you to lead us safely out. If House people find me, I'll be killed. And my people will insist on escorting me back to the palace, where my father may also have me killed.
Mm-hmm. You just get up.
Warden, in the name of the Regent, I am placing you under arrest for the murder of Rendon Howe and his men-at-arms. Surrender, and you may be shown mercy.
I'm here to free Honora, who's held captive.
Don't be ridiculous. The Queen isn't being held prisoner here or anywhere else. Her father would never stand for such a thing.
You know that for certain?
Unlike you, some of us know what honor and loyalty are. I have no doubts about Loghain.
Because
Bring
you're
them
dumb
down.
shit.
Loghain wants the Warden, dead or alive.
Oh, motherfucker, it unblood magicked me. And now that's on cooldown.
See, we are not alone.
Boo. Game that sucks. Game that sucks shit and you know it. Here goes my one chance of like winning this fight.
I need healing.
Because this fight is obviously a very difficult one. Since there's like a boss and a million guys, including a wizard. But if you use blood magic to make everyone blood dance, it becomes a lot less hard. So you do that. Shit. fucking died. Of course she did. Of course, of all the people to die, it was my goddamn healer.
So be it.
Shit. Shit. Damn it, Alistair. Stop dying. Damn it! I looked away for a second to see that the fucking thing got off. Damn it!
Yes.
Hit her, idiot!
Of course.
Wow, this is really just a fight of whiffs, huh? Holy shit! But if she doesn't whiff, I die. Yeah! Hell yeah! That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Fight over.
Hello. As you say.
And... okay. That fight sucks. Technically, it's optional. Technically, you can just be like, yeah, I'll go to jail. But that sucks, and I don't wanna. Because I am full of wrath and want to kill people that suck. In games. In Minecraft. And so, that lady sucked. And now she doesn't have a fucking head.
Maker's breath. It's good to see you in one piece, my friend.
Sir Catherine's death is a waste.
No, it's not.
But I suppose it could not be helped.
It was fun. What happens now?
We will need to work together, and quickly. My father has gone mad. I didn't believe it at first, but he is gripped by a paranoia so severe it prevents him from seeing sense. He saw me as a threat, yet even now I'm certain he will be telling the nobles you are dangerous murderers that have kidnapped and mind-controlled me. You may even believe it.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. So we rescued you to what end?
You will need ammunition come the Landsmeet, and I can help you in that regard. You have only just arrived in the city, so perhaps you are unaware of some recent events. Denerim has been in turmoil since Ostagar. Many people here are angry or grieving. Strangely, the unrest is worst in the alienage. Few elves accompanied the army. They should have little reason to be upset, which means that Howe and my father must have given them reason. I don't know what is happening
Not
there,
surprising.
but I am certain my
They're
father
probably
has his
massive
heritage.
racists.
A useful lead, Honora, but you could have sent this information with your maid.
That is true. I feared for my safety as Howe's prisoner. But to tell the truth, I sent Elena to you because I hoped we might join forces. You need that evidence for the Landsmeet. But you also need a stronger candidate for the throne. You need me.
What of Alistair?
I have no doubt Alistair is biddable enough. And decent. But even with his blood, he is no king. You think only I can see it? Not only that, Alistair is a Grey Warden. It will look like you are trying to put a Grey Warden on the throne, despite your claims. I am a neutral party, and I am already queen.
Honora, you are indeed Kaelin's widow, but...
I am the daughter of Ferelden's greatest general. Who do you think
And
truly
a
ruled this
piece of
nation for the
shit.
last 5 years? Kaelin, I am what this country needs, not an untrained king who doesn't
Dude.
even want the throne.
The fact that you're the daughter of Logain is points against you.
For now, I think I will retire to my room. Warden, when you have a moment, I ask that you speak to me in private.
Like, you realize that being related to Logain is
spirited. I
bad,
remember when Logain
right?
first brought her to Denerim. Poor Kaelin was a good boy, but Honora was always 2 steps ahead. Had him jumping when she snapped since the first time she batted her eyelashes. I cannot help thinking she may be trouble, but we should keep her close, all the same.
Why do you think she's trouble? Obvious
This is an alliance
reasons.
of convenience. For the moment, we are united against Logain. Be careful how much trust you place in her. I do not for a moment think Honora means to give up her power easily. Still, I would rather have her where we can watch her than actively working for Logain.
Are we planning to depose her?
Honora was a capable administrator for Kaelin's lands, but she has not a drop of royal blood. We did not fight the Orlesians all those years just to lose our royal line in a single generation. Not when there's a surviving son of the blood.
Let's talk about something else.
We certainly have a great deal to plan.
What do you think he's doing in the alienage?
Maker knows what that man is capable of now.
I've got work to do.
Of course, if I might make a suggestion, go speak with Honora. She will either be a powerful ally or a powerful enemy, and the sooner we know which she is, the better.
Oh, hey, guy.
I'm glad you made it safely away. I hear Howe's death has already brought no small amount of cheer to the city.
Could you tell me about that vault again?
It's located just off the market district in the northern alley past the Old Noble Tavern. I'll sketch out the code which will let you pass the lock wheel. Inside you can take your pick of whatever equipment remains. It is the stockpile the Wardens have kept for centuries for the defense of Denerim.
was hoping to learn a bit more about Grey Wardens.
Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems to me that you've picked the important parts up yourself. Be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you'll share their deaths.
Guess that's all for now.
The important thing to remember is, none of that matters. When you're facing Darkspawn, all you need to know is to stop them at all costs.
Of course.
Why is there a silk carpet in the chest? Surely it should be on the floor, where carpets go. Yeah,
I
Alistair.
haven't been here in a while. They've changed the dining room. Something you need, my dear?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
Doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
My entire family was murdered recently.
Oh, of course. How stupid of me to forget. Here I am going on and on about Duncan, and you... I am so sorry. Thank you. It was good to talk about this with a friend. It means a lot to me.
Maybe I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Water. Alright, Honora, what you gotta say?
Hello again, Warden. It is good that you came to speak with me. First, let me say that I knew your family. Eleanor, in particular, was dear to me, and what Hal did, I know he must pay for his crimes. It will not make me glad, even so. I have ruled this nation on... I will be blunt. I can see that your
That
voice
was
will be a strong
some
one.
dialogue.
It is to you that Eamon listens, and with good reason. My father must be stopped, but once that is done, Ferelden will need a ruler. I would welcome your support for my throne.
Why should I support you?
For years, I have ruled this kingdom as Kaelin's queen. As much as they loved Kaelin, all of the Banon knew this to be so. Kaelin was a good man, but what is needed now is not another good man, but a good ruler. I sent Alina here not solely because I thought I needed help, but because I saw an opportunity for us both. I need your support, Warden, and you will need mine.
You think you're a better candidate than Alistair?
Do you disagree? You are a fellow Grey Warden. What do you think of Alistair's potential to rule? Never mind his willingness.
Being a good ruler requires more than ambition.
Alistair seems like a kind, well-meaning man, and biddable enough. These are admirable qualities. if not kingly ones. He also seems to be a fine Grey Warden, which is exactly why he should remain one and serve the kingdom by defeating the Darkspawn.
Kind king who is a fine warrior? Sounds good to me.
Oh, there are some who would follow Alistair out of respect for his Therin blood. The others would see this as Eamon grabbing for power. Who else do you think Alistair would turn to for help? Eventually, the nobility would return to the old days of constant warring with each other. Alistair's weakness could destroy everything Merrick built.
I disagree with that assessment.
I simply believe that I am what this country needs. I will fight for what I believe. Would Alistair do the same? Thus, I say again, I would welcome your support for the throne if you would give it.
Are you proposing an alliance?
That is exactly what I am proposing. When the time comes, you support my bid in the Landsmeet to remain on the throne. You will be seen as my father's enemy, yet you will be in support of his daughter. You will be seen as supporting the interests of Ferelden, as opposed to solely those of the Grey Wardens. In return, I add my voice to yours. Do you see? Together we can do what alone we cannot.
What happens to Logain?
He is my father, as well as a great general, who has served his nation well until now. If there is a way for him to live, I would prefer it.
Justice must be done, don't you think?
I will always be my father's daughter, but even I know he must pay for his crimes. It will not make me glad, even so. Does that affect your decision? Can we yet come to an arrangement?
I think I would need more than just your support.
Once I am queen, I will be in a position to grant you whatever you wish. And I shall. This is in addition to Yayhem being properly restored to you. That should go without saying, I trust. Alistair might promise you the same, I suppose. But I would ask which is better. The gratitude of a weak king, or of a strong queen. And even if it is not for you, think of what I could do for the Grey Wardens. Think of what I could do for your companions. I trust I have made my point.
I forget if you can say that you'll support her and then back out. Because that's what I want to do. But I'm afraid that this'll lock me in. No, I can't support you.
That's too bad.
Will you support Alistair?
Marrick's boys are charming, aren't they? And happiest when they have a woman to dote upon. Is that why you support him? The way you speak of him, it simply makes me curious.
I think you would make a better king than you believe.
Well, fair enough. I'll tell you this, my father must be stopped. Once he is kept from the throne, if it should fall to Alistair, then I will be content.
I should
go.
go.
I wish you luck, Warden.
Okay.
Warden, let me know if there's any assistance I can give you.
We get to work. Oh yeah, I gotta go to the alienage now. That's gonna be like a whole fucking thing, isn't it? Oh. Wow, this sword is big. I didn't realize how big this sword is.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's... God, I haven't had to save like this whole time, and it only crashed once. How miraculous. So let's call it here. So we got some shit done. And again, I think the alienage is going to be like a whole thing. I don't really remember, but regardless, we've been going a while. So thank you for watching, y'all. I love you very much. I'll see you next time. Remember, Black Lives Matter, defund the police.